Hi, this is Brent, First Church of Christ, Caldwell, Ohio, best known as First Church. We tried to do live streaming this morning for Christmas Sunday, and it did not work, but we will get that worked out. So I just wanted to hop on for a real quick message and say thank you for caring about First Church. We will be having our candlelight Christmas Eve service at 6 o'clock Christmas Eve, and you're welcome to come. Come as you are. Short service, 30 minutes or less. Also, we will be doing a live nativity tomorrow, Monday the 21st, and Tuesday night, the 22nd, from 7 to 9 in front of the church building. And you're welcome to walk by, drive by, stop and visit. I would be happy to see you. This morning, we had a sermon in church called "And It Came to Pass." If you look at the Christmas story, you will see at the very beginning in the King James Version, in Luke chapter 2, it says to the effect, "It came to pass in those days there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. This taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria." It goes on to explain how Joseph, being of the line of David, along with his wife, his espoused wife, engaged wife Mary, being great with child, traveled to Bethlehem to take a census for the emperor Caesar. While they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. She brought forth her firstborn son, wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger. That's the Christmas story we're used to. The important phrase for me today in that passage are those first words, "and it came to pass." It reminds me that back in Isaiah, we read the words about the coming Messiah, that a virgin would be with child, and they would call his name Emmanuel, God with us. That's chapter 7 Isaiah. Chapter 9 of Isaiah says his name will be the Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, Prince of Peace, Everlasting Father. When it came to pass, it's saying to us 900 years later, hey, look, what God promised has come to pass. Now, at Christmas, we look at several things. We know the Christmas story pretty well. We know that Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem. Why did they go? Because God arranged for the emperor to take his census. So people that did not belong in Bethlehem went from Judea up to Bethlehem to be counted. God put them in the right place at the right time. We know that they were told by angels to go and what was going to happen. And it happened just as they said, and it came to pass. We know that the shepherds were visited by angels out when they were watching their flocks. In the middle of the night, all of a sudden there's a heavenly host saying, "Praise be to God, and glory in the highest, peace on earth, goodwill to men." And they came and saw this baby, these shepherds who were just common folk out saying in the cold, watching sheep by night. They came and were the first to see the Messiah. And it came to pass. And it came to pass is simply God's way of saying, in the fullness of time, I made it happen. It happened when it was supposed to happen. And we find that really very exciting. The really exciting part about Christmas is that Christmas is not the end of the story. It's simply the beginning. The end of the story is when Christ comes again. We get excited about the baby in the manger because that was the start of the Messiah story. That was when the Messiah was born. People were excited to see him being born because they knew where that would go eventually. They wanted to see this future king. We know that Jesus grew up, walked on water, did all of those things. Eventually, he was crucified, buried, and rose again on the third day. When he did that, that finished, and it came to pass for the Messiah story. But there's more to the story. While Jesus was on earth, he said, "I'm going to go prepare a place for you. If I go prepare a place for you, I'll come again and take you to myself." Now we're waiting for, and it came to pass. Because it came to pass means that God made a promise, he fulfilled the promise, and we reap the benefits of that promise. And it came to pass, it's going to happen. Jesus is going to return. We don't know the day, we don't know the time, but we know it's going to happen. Just as he promised the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem, the baby was born in Bethlehem. Now Jesus says, I will come back and I will come to you. I'll take you with me. So this Christmas, we're excited not just about the baby, but that the Messiah came and that he was crucified, buried, and rose again on the third day. And now we wait in anticipation of what's coming next. What's coming next is his return, and we will meet him in the sky and live in heaven forever. Merry Christmas.